Hello everyone. In this video we'll be solving a set based upon cubes. We have already done a lot of sets based upon cubes in our classes. We'll be using the same concepts here. The question is, a cube of side 50 cm is red in color with a 10 cm wide green strip along all the sides of all the faces. The cube is then cut into 125 smaller equal size cubes. So I've already explained this in classes, that how to cut a cube into a particular number of pieces using particular number of cuts. We've also discussed minimum and maximum cuts used to cut a cube into certain number of pieces. If you are not aware of it, please go to our YouTube channel. We have some set on cubes over there. You can go through them. Everything has been explained over there. We have also gone through, if a cube is cut into a certain number of pieces, then how to find out that particular cube which has 3 faces colored, 2 faces colored, all those things. So we'll be using the same over here. So we were given that we have a cube of side 50 cm. It is red in color with a 10 cm wide green strip along all the sides of all the faces. We have also been given over here, each face looks like this. So this is 10 cm wide. All these cubes are 10 cm wide. So we can say that the bigger cube will have a side of 50 cm, 10. That means 50 cm. And this is the way in which this green strip has been done along all the sides of the faces. The cube is then cut into 125 smaller equal size cubes. Now we know that when we cut a cube by A cuts along X axis, B cuts along Y axis, C cuts along Z axis, then the number of pieces obtained, it is A plus 1 into B plus 1 into C plus 1. And when we are given that it has been cut into equal sized smaller cubes, that means identical pieces, we make A equal to B equal to C. So if A equal to B equal to C, I can write this as A plus 1 cube equals to 125. This will be the number of pieces, which gives me A equal to 4. So that means we'll have 4 cuts along X, Y, Z axis. So understanding this is very important. We have done this in a detailed manner in the other YouTube videos based upon cubes. Just go to the iQuanta YouTube channel, search for cubes. Now let us start solving the questions. The first question is, how many cubes have 3 green faces? For that we need to visualize the cube properly. So let me draw a cube over here. Let this be the cube. I'll make 4 cuts along every axis. So 4 cuts along X axis. So we'll have 1 cut like this, 1 cut like this, next cut again like this, and this would be the 4th cut. We'll extend this cut into these directions as well. So these will also be the same cuts. I hope this is understood. These are 4 cuts along X axis, 1 2 3 4. Okay. Similarly, we'll have 4 cuts along Y axis and Z axis as well. So one of the cuts would be like this, next would be like this, then next one, and the 4th one would be this one. So after cutting, the cube would look like this. We have made 4 cuts along every axis. Now on every face we'll have a green strip along all the faces and red in between. Now after coloring the cube in the similar manner, all the faces in the similar manner, the cube would look like this. The first question is asking us how many cubes have 3 green faces each. Now you should always remember 3 colored faces are always on the corners. So how many corners does a cube have? A cube has 8 corners. One of them is here, one of them is here, one here, one here. All these are corners, and one is at the back side, it is not visible. We can see that all the cubes in the corners, they will have 3 green faces. So 1 2 3. All the corners would be exactly same like this. So I can say that there are 8 corners, hence 8 cubes having 3 green faces. So answer to the first question would be 8. This was very simple. Now the second question is, how many cubes have one face red and adjacent face green? One face red and adjacent face green, that means 2 faces of that cube should be colored. So where do we have cubes having 2 faces colored? They are on the edges, on this edge. Let me mark it with all the edges over here. Like this is an edge. On this edge we'll have cubes having exactly 2 faces colored. But in the question we are talking about one face red and adjacent face green. So that can be applicable for cubes having 3 face colored as well. But we can see that cubes having 3 colored faces, they have just green color on them because they are on the corner. And apart from that, all these cubes like this one, these cubes, they just have one face colored. So now we can say that these cubes, they cannot have one face red, adjacent face green. We cannot have any corner cube having one face red, adjacent face green. Can we have one face red and adjacent face green for these edge cubes? No, because all the edges will be like this. They will have only two faces colored and both of them will be colored in green, like these cubes over here. If you want to understand cubes well and improve your visualization skills, please pick up a Rubik's cube. You will understand the formation of a cube, how it is divided into identical pieces. So in the entire cube, we will not have any such cube having one face red, adjacent face green. So answer to this question would be 0. Let's try to solve the third question now. How many cubes have at least one face colored? So at least one face colored, that means 1 or 2 or 3 faces colored. And all the cubes that have at least one face colored, they are always on the first layer of this cube. This is the first layer of the cube that we can view from outside. So all the cubes that are visible to us, they will have at least one face color. So how to count the total number of cubes? We know that there are 8 cubes on the corners, right? They will have 3 face colored, so we can say that yes, at least one face colored. Then we have these 9 cubes over here. These 9 cubes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We'll have such 9 cubes on every face. So we have 6 faces, 6 into 9, that means 54 cubes would come from the faces. Now we remain with edges. So on the edges, I can see that I have 1 cube, 2 cube, 3 cube. On every edge, there will be 3 cubes having 2 faces colored. So how many edges does a cube have? It has 12 edges. So we have counted all the cubes on the outer layer. Hence we can add these. This will be 36 plus 54. That means 90. 90 plus 8. 98 would be the correct answer to this question. Let's solve the last question now. How many cubes have at least 2 green faces each? So at least 2 green faces each. We have seen that in the corners all cubes were having 3 green faces. So they all will be counted. We had 8 corners. So 8 cubes. Then apart from that, on the edges as well, we were having 3 cubes on every edge that were having 2 green faces. Like on this edge, this is a cube, this is a cube, this is a cube, that will have 2 green faces. So 12 edges, every edge will have 3 such cubes. So 12 into 3, which gives us a total of 44. So 44 will be the answer to the last question. So I hope the solution is understood. If you still have a doubt, please comment. Thank you.